Where the real OGs at? Welcome to another installment of Real OG Interviews. The big one. Go get your popcorn. I don't know how long it's gonna be. This may take all day to dissect this. But first of all, I'm honored because see, nobody's ever done an interview with her. This is the first one. But it's one thing that goes through my mind, like it's a lot of podcasts out here, you know what I'm saying, that's been out here popping, doing their thing, with motion too, you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying I ain't got no motion, hold up y'all, but why me? Why my interviews? Because this,
I picked you because for one, you my spiritual brother.
that's peace.
Yes, and I look up to you, you know. I've been looking up to you for years, you know.
Thank you, thank you.
I rock with you, you know. You show me a lot of things too, you know, when it comes to the natural herbal thing. And a lot of people don't know that.
Right,
they don't know.
They don't know I get down like that.
Yeah, they don't know.
But they will just keep following. You gonna learn something, right?
Yeah, I learned a lot from my big brother, you know, but
so,
I wouldn't have chose no one else but you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, this whole interview is about your perspective. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about nobody's opinions. It's about your perspective, how you feel.
Yeah.
What you went through, what you saw, you know what I'm saying? What you was thinking about when you saw it. It's all about you. Like I said, y'all, this is Alexis Patterson's mother. We really finna dig into it. It's a lot of stuff going around on social media that I see that, or that y'all may have seen, but nobody's ever got this interview, but I did. And I want to thank her, first of all, you know what I'm saying, for bringing your story here. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about the morning of the disappearance. What was the vibe like that morning in the house?
The morning of Alexis' disappearance.
Yes, ma'am.
So the morning of the disappearance, she was a little upset. But let's go back 2 weeks before the disappearance. So 2 weeks before the disappearance of Alexis, we had got a letter from the school saying that someone was trying to take a child. So we had to keep our eyes on our children and to make sure that our children are safe, get to school, you know, safe and then picked up safe, or, you know, watched home if they're walkers.
All parents or just you?
All parents.
Okay.
The whole entire school.
Okay.
From K4 to fifth grade.
Okay.
They all got it.
Okay.
Yes. And so that first week was fine. Like everybody, when we got the letter, the first week was fine. Everybody watched their children. We made sure our children made it safe, you know, different things like that. So as a mother, you know, mothers have intuitions and different things like that. So the second week, that Monday, I called the school to make sure that Alexis was going to breakfast, because I told her that I wanted her to go to breakfast in the morning. I didn't want her to stay outside on the playground and play because of the letter that we got, you know, so I was just trying to make sure that she was going to be okay. Just a mother. So I actually talked to her teacher, Miss Rulin. Miss Rulin told me that Alexis was in the back of the building talking to a lady, an unknown lady, and that the lady didn't drop anyone off and the lady didn't pick anyone up. So I was like, what? That scared the shit out of me, you know?
Right.
So when Alexis came home, I asked her, I said, who was the lady? She could not tell me who she was talking to. She couldn't tell me anything about this lady. So I told her, you're not supposed to talk to strangers. You know what happened. You know what they tried to do to a kid. So she understood that. So that Wednesday, this was Monday, so that Wednesday, the following Wednesday, her teacher called me and told me that Alexis, was in the back of the building talking to the same lady. So then I was mad, you know, I was upset. So I asked Lele, when she came home, I said, Lele, I said, who is this lady? What's her name? What did she ask you? You know what I'm saying? She said, well, the lady asked me, what's my mom's name? What's my dad's name? Where I lived? You know what I'm saying? What's my name? And I said, did you tell her? She said, yeah. I asked her, I asked Alexis what was the lady's name. She couldn't tell me the lady's name. So you think
she was trying to verify who Alexis was?
She probably was.
By asking who her mother was,
yes,
and father and all that type of stuff?
She probably was. She probably was. But Alexis also said that she had a different accent.
Okay.
So she didn't, she spoke with a different accent, so. When she told me that, then I spanked her butt. Now I know you know better, you know, because you know better than to go back in the back of the building. She was fine though after that, you know. So the next day, which was Thursday, her, Alexis, my son Yanni, and myself, we end up going to Jewel Osco because Alexis thought that it was her snack day, which was that Friday. But it wasn't that Friday, it was the next Friday.
Okay.
By her being young and stuff, she really didn't know, you know. So
She just knew Friday.
she knew it was a Friday.
Right.
So we went to Jewel Osco. She picked out some cupcakes, you know. My son got his stuff. Just a normal day night for us, you know. And then we went home. I cooked chicken because her and my son, they love chicken strips. So I made chicken, macaroni, and broccoli. That's what they love. And that was it. So she's supposed to do her homework. Her and my son Yanni, they stayed up all night. She didn't do her homework. So the next morning, we normally sign her work, myself or my ex-husband Laurent.
Right.
So she didn't do her work. I said, let's give me a book. She didn't do her work. So I told her, well, since you didn't do your homework, you can take your cupcakes. She was upset, like, Mama, I didn't take my cup. I'm like, no, you can't take them. So Laurent was like, well, I'm going to take her to school because she upset. I said, no, I wasn't going to even let her go to school. And I really wish I would have followed my first mind. But Laurent was like, no, just let her go. You know what I'm saying? Just let her go. I'm like, okay, cool. So I let her go to school. And I haven't seen her no more. I didn't see my baby no more.
Right. So did he take her to school often? Was that the first time he ever took her to school?
This is the first time he ever taken her to school. He's never, ever taken her to school.
Right.
Because the school was like right across the street from my house, so he didn't even have to.
Right. Did he say if he seen her go in the school with
He
her?
said she crossed the street and went on the playground.
Okay, he started playing like the rest of the kids.
He just said she crossed the street and went on the playground.
Right.
Yeah. So the whole day passed. Wait, let me rewind just a little. Alexis has sisters.
Right, I was gonna ask how many kids was in the house.
So in the house, who woke up in the house, there were 3 children. There was Alexis, there was my son, Yanni, and there was my little baby, Dasani, Sunshine.
Okay.
And then when Alexis and my son, Yanni, went to school, because Yanni bus stop was a block from so Alexis school right here, High Mount is here, and then my son bus stop is right on the corner.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like on 49th, High Mount, 49th to Garfield. My son is on 49th and Lloyd.
Okay, a block
However,
away.
yep. However, so probably about like 40, maybe like an hour after Alexis went to school, I'm thinking that they're at school. My son is at school and Alexis is at school. Alexis' sister, mom called me and asked me if I could keep her kids. There was a situation going on while she worked. So these are Alexis' big sisters, who she loved dearly. I don't want to say their names, but these are her sisters, not Shapri.
Are they the husband's kids, Laurent's kids?
No,
Okay.
no, these are Alexis's. This is Alexis' biological father, daughter.
Okay.
And then the other one is her sister.
Okay.
So the other one is not Kenya's, not Alexis' biological.
So you had her father's kids too.
I did.
Okay.
Even when,
So that's 5 kids all together, right?
that's 5 kids altogether.
Okay.
But you got to remember, the kids were always at my house. So it wasn't just Alexis' sisters. It wasn't just it wasn't just the 2 kids. It was my other daughters, Aisha and Omni. Them my babies. It was them, and it was my other baby, Madia, and my other baby, Uwade. You know what I'm saying? And my son, Yanni, and Alexis, and my nieces. Like, I always kept the kids. You know?
Right.